What's up, YouTube? My name's Austin. I've lived full-time in my RAV4 for a few years now. In this video, I'm going to give you guys a tour of my vehicle and kind of show you how I have it set up and the way I like it, just so you guys can see another example. I know there's a lot on YouTube, a lot out there on the internet. I like to keep mine pretty simple. I used to have every, gadget and gizmo you could have doing this kind of life, but it's kind of simplified it to the point where it's comfortable for me. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. My goal was to have it be as unassuming as possible. Like, just looking at this thing, you wouldn't suspect anyone lives in it, which is what I like. I got bit in the face by a mosquito.
These mosquitoes are being crazy, so I'm gonna try to make this quick.
So starting out, as we open the back hatch, I'll start with my refrigerator. It's a Bouge RV 23 quart refrigerator. It's perfect for what I need. It's honestly pretty compact. I used to have a Set Power 53 quart fridge, which was a little bit too big for me, but I would say this one's probably the perfect size. So you can see we have our power button, we have our mode, we have our temperature gauges, and we also have a USB port, which I don't really use, but it's nice. Another thing I'll say about this refrigerator is that it's very, very efficient. It usually pulls about 20 to 25 watts on eco mode, which honestly you can't beat for a compressor fridge. Now behind the fridge, I have this portable vacuum that I use to clean up my space. It's rechargeable. It's something I'd recommend you keep in your car if you camp or live in your car. I also have a first aid kit just to be safe. One thing you'll notice about my setup is that I don't like clutter, and everything I keep in this car is for a purpose. Okay, moving on over here, I have a Black & Decker 75-foot retractable power cord. It also has 4 outlets. Now these things are good because if I'm somewhere where there's an outlet nearby, I can pull this out and have power. There actually are quite a few places around town where I can do that at. It's 14.3 AUG and it's rated for 1600 watts, which is more than I'll ever use. So the only other thing I have on my back hatch area is this portable air conditioner. This is the Ecoflow Wave 2. It is an actual compressor, 5500 BTU air conditioner. It is legit. It is not an air cooler, it is an air conditioner. This was sent to me. I'm gonna do a full video on this coming up. I'm just gonna test it for a month or two just to get a full idea of its capabilities and what I think about it and how it performs in real world continuous use. So I'm not gonna go into too much about this thing because I am doing a video on it, but it does have an internal battery that can run it not as long as you would like. It's not gonna last the whole night. And it also has an AC cord that you can power on a power station or obviously a wall outlet if you have one. What I am gonna do in this video though, is I'm gonna show you guys how efficient this thing is. So I'm gonna turn on my Bluetti, get this bad boy turned on. Okay, it's on. It's at the lowest setting. It's at the lowest temperature set. So we're gonna see how many watts it's pulling. Okay, 150, 170, 185, 194, 203, 205, 206, 208, 211. Okay, steadily climbing. Okay, so it's hovering at around 250 watts. And again, this is blowing cold air. So with that being said, I'd say that's pretty efficient for an air conditioner. That's portable. Okay, moving on, I guess I'll go into the Bluetti now that I've brought it into the picture. It's the Bluetti EB70S. It's a little over 700 watt hours and it's rated for 800 watts. So it's a pretty sizable power station. It can handle everything I use it for and more. It's actually on sale right now for a couple $100s off. So if you guys are looking for a power station, definitely check it out and see what you think. I kind of use it as like my on-the-go power station to power my Starlink, to charge my laptop, to use my blender, really anything that I can't do on my other devices, I use this for. And going from this, I have this other power station, which is my Togo power, 231 watt hours. So it's a pretty small power station. I've had this for a few years now, And it's actually held up pretty well, especially for a kind of a off-brand, if you will, power station. It's not rated for a lot of watts, only 200 continuous. But with that being said, this thing has been reliable. Taking a step back from that, I have this nightstand that I got off Amazon. It's actually smaller than a standard nightstand, which is why I bought it. It has 3 USB ports, 2 AC ports. I don't really use that actually unless I'm plugged into my power reel over there. Then I'll use it. I use this thing as a desk. I use it to prepare food sometimes. You know, I get a lot of uses out of it. It has shelving under here. I got a med kit. It's small, it's thin. It fits perfectly in my setup. Moving on to this. This is my monitor. Also acts as my TV. When I use this as a desk, you know, some days when I'm working, I can look out the window if I'm parked near a decent view and it's nice. I'll take that down and put it under the loft and put my laptop up there if I'm using that. I also have this lamp right here. So what I also have in terms of seating is this portable stadium seat that you'll take to like a football game or something. When I was building this setup, the back seat back here took up way too much space. So I ended up taking it out so that I could free up some more room to make it more comfortable to live in. What I do when I'm in for the night is I'll scoot the Ecoflow back. I'll just scoot it back, grab my stadium seat, set that up, and then boom. It even has back support, and it's actually a pretty comfortable seat to sit on. Got that on Amazon. I'll link that in the description. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm just gonna get in here real quick and show you guys how much room I have. I have long legs and I don't feel crammed in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put my shoe on the bed right now, but when I'm all showered up, I have plenty of space to relax and, you know, get some work done or something, cook dinner, whatever I need to do. This is just a $10 lamp from Amazon as well. It's nice to have as much light as possible in your rig when you're camping. I do have these wire lights going around the vehicle. These are good when I'm trying to be stealthy because they're not as bright. But if I need more light, the lamp's always there. And on the door here, I have a fire extinguisher just to keep it safe. See, looking in, you just wouldn't suspect someone lives there. My back windows are tinted. I think it's a 30% tint, which does help when it comes to stealth. Coming over to this side of the vehicle, I guess I'll get into the bed itself. My bed is literally just an inflatable camping mat with 2-inch memory foam on top of that. Really comfortable, really lightweight. I can literally lift it up, take it out if I need to. Perfect for me. You know, if you need a little bit more support, you probably want to reinforce it with a little bit more layers maybe. My bed is a loft, and under that is where I store my Starlink dish, along with all of the other things that come with my Starlink. Is I literally put the dish on top of my roof, so it'll sit there like that, and you have to point it to wherever the satellite is in space. They change, they move, so you got to make sure it's aligned right. And after you do that and it's powered up, you literally have internet for your whole night.
So I gotta go to my storage unit because it started raining pretty hard.
So the reason that I got Starlink is because I needed a reliable internet source. For those of you who don't know, it doesn't get its internet from phone towers or anything. It literally comes from satellites that are in space. And I'll be taking night classes soon, so I'll need a reliable internet source for that. And one thing I've noticed is that it draws about 50 to 75 watts. So it's not terrible, but it is a constant draw. So if you end up purchasing this, just keep that in mind. And last but not least, for my batteries, I have a 100 amp hour 12 volt battery. This one I'm gonna go into depth about a little bit because I had a lot of questions about it. So let me go ahead and take it out. So this is what I use to power my fridge full time. It's 100 amp hours, which is around 1200 watt hours, which can power my fridge for a very long time. The reason I like this battery is because it has built-in USB ports if I need to charge smaller devices. Just press this button, they're good to go. But it also has a cord that comes with it that plugs right in onto the side. So when you order it, this comes with it. You can take it inside your house, or if you're somewhere that has a wall outlet, you can plug it in. It will charge via the terminals, but it won't be as fast of a charge as the outlet. The way I charge it when I drive is I have one of these 12-volt inverters, plugs into your car's socket, and then it has outlets. So I just plug my battery right up into that, and it charges the second my car turns on until it turns off. So reading into the specs, the 12-volt, 100 amp hour, maximum discharge 100 amps. You can run these parallel with multiple batteries, and it also has temperature protection. This is good because it stays in a hot car most of the day, but I've never had any problems with it. So this is how I power my fridge without needing an inverter. Battery eyelets that you screw on to the battery. On the other side, it has a simple 12-volt port. And what this does, it allows my fridge to hook right up to it. I don't need an inverter. This is easier for me. If you guys want to buy a battery and get an inverter, by all means. I just needed to power my fridge for a long time, and that's literally all I use this battery for. It's great if you're looking for a lot of watt hours for a cheap price and not wanting to get an inverter and have all those moving parts. If you simply just want to use a 12-volt function or even USBs, I mean, this can be a ginormous power bank if that's what you want to use it for. It's always an option. Down here I have this car jump starter in case of emergencies. It also has an air compressor on it. It's a good thing to have in general, especially if you live in your car. Right here, this big duffel bag is where I keep all of my clothes. I used to keep my clothes in big bulky drawers, but I've learned that I don't wear many clothes, and so it's just easier to keep them all in that bag and just get them when I need. I also have a scent-proof laundry bag behind it where I keep the dirty clothes. So that's my setup. I really like it. You guys should let me know what you think about it. I think it's really simple. I think you wouldn't suspect that somebody was living in their car if you just looked at it. I have what I would consider an open floor plan, as much as you can have inside of a car. If you found this video interesting, I'd appreciate it if you would like or subscribe. It means a lot to me. Until next time, I'll see you guys. I got bit so bad. I don't even think you can see it. Can you see that? Yeah, I got bit. Those mosquitoes got me, man.